Hi, I'm Raimi and welcome to the self-love series by me. Where I'll be getting really real about the things that I've learned and experienced on my journey to self-love. So hopefully those things can help you with your journey. And today's topic is going to be confidence. I'm saving the body confidence video for just a whole separate thing because that's a lot. I have a lot to say about that. So this is just going to be how to build and radiate confidence. Also, I'm no professional. Everything I'm saying is 100% from my own experience and things that I've just learned on my own. I'm just trying to help. Please don't be mean to me. Please. When it comes to radiating confidence, I think a huge factor is how you carry yourself, just how you hold conversations with people and how you react and respond to people in everyday life is super important and really telling of who you are as a person. And that sounds super obvious, but let me explain. So when you're talking to someone or about someone, everything that you do and say says so much more about you than it does about the other person. If you're someone who will give a compliment to a stranger on how cute their shoes are, how pretty their hair is, or if you're just really patient and understanding and just happy. I know sometimes that's not always realistic, but for me, I'm always just things could be worse, you know? I think all of those attributes really show that you're a confident, approachable, nice person and that you just care about other people and you're super easygoing and you love yourself because you accept compliments and you give love to other people, so therefore you love yourself because how you treat other people is a reflection on who you are as a person and how you feel about yourself in reality. The things we say subconsciously, I feel are sneak peeks into our true selves. Does that make sense? That was really deep. So for example, on the other hand, if you're not that kind of person and you're instead somebody who points out other people's flaws all the time, oh my gosh, that girl's nose is just so big, or oh my gosh, this girl's outfit is so ugly, I can't stand it, which they didn't do anything to you, you just, say things like that. Or if every time you meet up with a friend, you're always gossiping or talking negatively about someone, or if you're always just self-deprecating and if every little thing gets on your nerves, I think that shows that you're really just projecting your insecurities and that you're not a happy person. The things that we say to people and about other people really show how we feel about ourselves. Like how I was saying earlier, if I'm just completely bashing how somebody looks, that probably shows me projecting my own insecurities about my nose or about my hair or about my fashion sense, things like that. And I just want to note that nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. We all self-deprecate and say negative things, and that's okay. I think when I was in a really dark time in my life, just kind of analyzing how I talk to other people and the things that I say and how I choose to bond with the people around me was really eye-opening, and I saw how much I really just bashed on myself and just wasn't seeing the bright side of things, which can really impact your day and someone else's day. And to me, I want to be that friend that when people hang around me, they feel better after they leave. I'm not saying you have to be happy all the time. I'm just saying, listen up. Life is kind of okay, I think building confidence starts with your relationship with yourself, and that can be pretty rocky if you ask me. The biggest thing I have to say is how you speak to yourself adds up. The negative and the positive things. Trust me, if you hear something enough, you're gonna start to believe it, and I have done this so many times to myself. There's a time in my life that every mirror I passed, I would say, oh my god, I'm so ugly. And that was rough because I started to believe it and I started to analyze myself closer. I convinced myself for 2 years of my life that I needed a nose job because my nose wasn't looking how the other girls' noses at school looked. They had the cute little skinny button pointy noses with the freckles across it, and I just felt that as soon as I was of age, I needed to get a nose job to get that amazing little swoop. And my nose does not look like that. I'm sorry, I'm blocking the light. But looking back on it now, I'm what was I talking about? There's something wrong with my nose. I don't need the same nose as everybody else, and I just convinced myself that I really needed that, and that really sucked. It was among so many other things. I thought I needed to remove 2 ribs from each side of my rib cage so that my waist could be smaller. I also thought that I needed lip fillers. It's just so many things. I have nothing against plastic surgery or anything like that. I'm actually like totally like pro do whatever you want because you deserve it and it's your body and it's none of my business what you do. And I just convinced myself that I wasn't beautiful. And then on the flip side, I got older and I decided to start looking in the mirror, and every time I saw myself, I would say, you are so beautiful. You are the hottest thing I have ever seen. And I didn't care if I didn't believe it because I was gonna fake it until I made it, and I made it. So basically, positive self-talk goes a really long way. And I know that sounds like a really like cringy thing to do, is just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you are so sexy, I love your eyes, I love your lips, I love your hair, I love the way your jawline's shaped. Just saying all of that stuff can feel weird at first, but it matters. I mean, like, imagine if you put all of the energy that you put into telling yourself that you look ugly into telling yourself the opposite. Like, that adds up and you start to not know how to act, and I think that is great. With that being said, there's such a big difference between confidence and cockiness, and I think the thing is to feel comfortable and beautiful in your own skin without bringing anybody else down. We're all beautiful. We all deserve to be happy and be comfortable in our own skin because this is the only body that we get for the rest of our lives. And it does so much for us, keeps us alive, lets us lay in bed and play Animal Crossing every morning for hours. Amazing. Side note, I just remembered, I'm pretty sure I've done this in a few of my videos where I start to say something kind of like self-deprecating and then I just like correct myself, which I started to do all the time. I would say something like, oh my god, I just am so ugly, and then I would just be like, just kidding, I am the most beautiful girl in the world and I don't talk to myself negatively, and then just like keep going along with my day. But that's how we learn. You just say something enough and you teach yourself over and over again until it becomes habit. To me, the worst part about the days and the weeks where we lack self-confidence is becoming completely obsessed about everything that you hate about yourself. 2 days ago is actually the perfect example for me to tell you guys, and it's kind of ironic, but I went to film this video and I was doing my makeup and I just felt so ugly and I became obsessed with my face and what it looked like and what it didn't look like, and I was just having a really hard time feeling beautiful. I couldn't decide what I wanted my hair to look like or what I should do first or what was going to be next on my to-do list after I filmed this video. I was just really overwhelmed and I was becoming so unbelievably obsessed over every little thing that was going wrong, I felt like, in my day, and that made me feel like, what am I doing? Like, how am I going to start a self-love series? How am I going to film a video about confidence when I'm feeling like this? And I just thought that it was a really kind of like teachable moment for myself because I'm not perfect. I don't know everything about being confident. I just know what I've learned and I'm still on this journey, and I took that day to just completely stop. I put away my camera, I took off my makeup, and I just recentered myself. I laid in bed and I played Animal Crossing. I put my phone away, didn't really post anything on my story that day, and I just took that time to myself. I journaled, I made ramen. I didn't even take a second to think about it or how unhealthy it was for me. It was just like, just gonna make it, just gonna eat it. And I learned that I just need to slow down on those days and not force myself to do anything or be anything that I just can't at the moment. And I just wanted to mention that in this video because confidence is not just something that you find one day and then it's smooth sailing for the rest of your life. It's a muscle that you have to work on constantly, all the time, or you're gonna forget how to do it. I would say that I am a confident person, and confident people still have their days where they don't feel like the hottest person on the planet or the most productive or talented person on the planet. And I think that practicing confidence and practicing self-love in general just helps you learn how to cope with your bad days better than you did before, because life is always going to be hard and life is always going to have those ups and downs, but it's how you cope with it that matters. So you do have to do those weird things like staring at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself that you're super beautiful and have the perfect nose and all these things, even if you don't believe it. And you do have to leave yourself little notes of why you love yourself and things like that. It's the little things that are weird that just like add up and help you along this journey. You just have to find things that make you feel whole again and make you feel like you. Truthfully, if you didn't feel crappy sometimes, that would be a really big problem because then you're probably not a human. and we would have to talk about that. When it comes to just flowing confidence juice out of your body, I think the best thing that you can do is don't be afraid to be yourself. Like at all. To me, nothing shows that you're a confident person like being just unapologetically yourself. Just do things because you want to do it, because you like it, because you think that they're cool. Just doing things like starting that YouTube channel even if everyone at school makes fun of you for it, or wearing that outfit that your friend always says is ugly but you like it so just wear it anyways, or start that business that your family doesn't believe in but you're super passionate about. Listen to that music genre that people think is really weird, or like that kind of art that people aren't into. Do what you like. Do what makes you feel whole and what you feel really strongly about, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna feel so much better, first of all, and other people are gonna see that and be like, that's a really cool person. They have their own thing going on. They have their own things that they like and that they're interested in because they just truly are. And there's also nothing wrong with liking things that other people like, on the other hand, just saying. I just think that that kind of thing is so cool, and it just shows that you're not here to seek other people's approval. And I think that can be a really hard thing to do, especially in a society where so many people are just seeking others' approvals. Like my whole entire job is just goes off of if people like me or not, and that is a lot of weight on my shoulders. And I had to learn, just like, make videos because you like them, wear things because you like them. You don't have to follow someone else's blueprint. And if someone is making fun of you or not approving something that you're doing, as long as what you're doing isn't like a terrible, like horrible thing to do, then they're probably just jealous or not a real friend, or just somebody who is not rooting for you. Alright, here we go. We have to talk about it. Comparison. Comparison is a bitch, and we all know it. Am I allowed to say that? I hope I am. But we've all been there, comparing your body to someone else's, comparing your hair, your makeup, your skills, your talents, your fashion sense to somebody else, and it completely just making you feel like crap. I think we've all been there. I think it's safe to say it's super exhausting, so here are some things to remember. I think it's great to have idols and people that you admire and that you're inspired by, but changing yourself to be more like another person will never help. It's never the answer, and let me tell you why. So obviously there's only one of that person, and you trying to emulate them or be like them is only gonna result in you being number 2 always, because no one is gonna be them like how they can. And I feel like that will leave you feeling unfulfilled and so upset and kind of more set back than where you started with the whole comparison thing, because you will never feel like you've achieved like their level. But instead, switching your focus to yourself and finding your own things that inspire you, and your own signature hairstyle, makeup look, fashion sense, your own signature art style, skills, whatever it is, your own hobbies, all of that. Finding your own thing and your own path will always lead to a better place, because there's no one like you. You'll always be the best at being yourself, and that sounds so cheesy, and it was so painful to say because it was so cheesy, but it's really true. Honestly, the confident energy just vomits out of you when you start being authentic to yourself. And I know this is another one that sounds way easier said than done, but a great place to start is to write down things that inspire you and make you feel whole, no matter how crazy they are or how unattainable you think they are. Write them down and pursue those things. So that's all for this video, and I'm really excited about this series and just sharing my progress with you and the things that I've learned. I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about it in the comments. Okay, so that is all I have for this video on confidence. I'm so excited about this series, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it in the comments. And please let me know of any other topics you want me to talk about, because I just want to talk to you guys more about just real things that really matter and that we all grow through in this life. So yeah. Sorry, I thought I had something in my teeth. Oh my god. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, because please. Hopefully I'll see you on my other socials or in my next YouTube video. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.